Sorry, I wasn't used to hearing my voice coming out from behind me. Kia ora everyone, thank you for having me here today, and it's great to see so many people coming out on a Monday at lunch to talk about cycling. So as introduced, my name is Melissa Smith. I have the great opportunity and privilege to serve as the chairperson of Bike Waikato, which is an advocacy organization based here in the Waikato about getting more people on bikes safely. And I've been asked to speak about my cycling journey and my experience cycling in Kirikiriroa Hamilton and my experience with sustainability. So my cycling journey started when I was a student at the University of Canterbury. The cycling infrastructure in Christchurch, as some of you may know, is quite developed compared to Hamilton. There was cycling infrastructure was very visible around the university, separated cycle lanes, cycle-only traffic signals, literally thousands of bike racks on campus. So when I moved off campus in my second year into a flat, it was just a very obvious choice to buy a bicycle and use that to get around. I biked rain or shine, night or day. I used it to go to the supermarket, to the pharmacy. It was just the way that I got around. I didn't think of myself as a cyclist. I was just using a bike for transport, as did hundreds, thousands of other students on campus and staff as well. So when I moved back to Hamilton, I decided to bring my bike with me and decided to keep using it to get around. But I was shocked and I suppose a little confused because Hamilton, despite being quite similar to Christchurch, I just had a very different experience cycling here. And I was confused as to how that could be. And that's what led me towards learning more about road design and cycling advocacy. And what I learned is that road design affects the way that we drive, and it affects the way that we choose to get around. And that was like a light bulb moment in my head, that it wasn't about just encouraging people to cycle more, but about creating an environment where it felt obvious, pleasant, and logical, and easy to get around by bicycle. Essentially what had happened to me without me even realizing it. And so that's when I started getting involved in cycling advocacy. I started submitting to council as an individual. I enrolled in a Master's of Environmental Planning at the university so I could contribute to cycling research in the Waikato. And I joined Bike Waikato, where I was able to be elected onto the executive committee, and then for some reason they decided to make me their chairperson, which I'm very grateful for. As someone who has been cycling in this city for almost 3 years, I can say that we are moving in the right direction, even though it's sometimes a little bit slower than we'd like. We have a really great opportunity here in Kirikiriroa Hamilton to be a great cycling city that I think could even rival Christchurch. We are relatively small and compact compared to other big centres in New Zealand, and we have a council that is committed to greater accessibility, committed to improving cycling infrastructure, and committed to taking action against climate change, and that means a lot. I really love riding my bicycle here in Hamilton. I feel like I've kind of found a cheat code in life because a lot of people my age spend a lot of money on their cars, spend a lot of money on vehicle payments, on gas, on parking, on insurance, and that's not something that I have to worry about at all. It feels like a massive privilege. It feels like like I said, like a life hack, like a cheat code. I also don't need to pay to go to the gym. I get all my exercise just through getting around the city. I never need to worry about traffic. Whether I leave at 10 a.m. or 5 p.m., it takes me around 20 to 25 minutes to get into the city. And I also don't need to worry about parking when I get here. It also means I have the opportunity to meet so many people. Is that 2 minutes or 2 minutes? Okay. It gives me the opportunity to meet so many people, not just through my work with Bike Waikato, but just through being out and about. It means I get to be present in my environment, and I can have so many positive interactions with people, whether that's waving at someone who's coming from the other direction, or striking up a conversation with someone that I'm waiting at the lights with. And that's why I want this transport mode to be available to more people, so that everyone can experience the advantages and the joy of getting around by bicycle. So it was a relatively small decision that I made 5 years ago when I was a student to buy a bicycle, but it now feels like it was one of the biggest choices in my life because it set me on this path where I've learned so much, I've gotten a new perspective on what it means to live in a city, and I've had the the opportunity to meet and work with so many amazing people. So I'd like to thank Hamilton City Council for inviting me here to talk to you today, Climathon for organizing this awesome event, and to all of you for being here today, for being involved in such an important discussion. Namahi, thank you very much.